that one? Jamie took it. Jamie took it. This is a nice graph, guys.
So it's going to be 6.
Yes, I was right.
You guys got 5 and 5?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want us to put our estimation?
No, you don't have to. It says the final. Let's do it. Not your prediction.
Oh, you
That would have been interesting to show too. Take about 1 more minute, and then we're gonna come back and see our results.
I think we're going to try it maybe.
Should we make anything on the chart?
Yeah, what your results? A graph of your results. An actual. We fixed it.
Wise one fixed it.
Yeah.
So let's all come back together now. If you're not done, that's okay. We'll
Joint venture.
figure it out. So what kind of results did you get from flipping your coin? Alexa?
Okay, we had, do you want our predictions or our
Sure,
actual?
both.
Okay, so we predicted that it would be 5 and 5, and it ended up being 8 was heads and 2 was tails.
Good. Sophia?
We also predicted that it'd be 5 and 5 because it seemed the most logical to give everybody an equal chance. And we ended up getting 5 and 5.
Good.
Anyone else get 5 and 5?
Go ahead.
You got 5 and 5? Good job.
I always think head shows up more, so I predicted 7 and 4, and we got 8 and 3.
Oh, wow.
8 and 3.
So were you able to take the information you got and put it on the graph that we gave you?
Yes, we did.
So if you were to do this activity with your own students, maybe you don't, if depending on where you are in the statistics unit, you might not have to give them the access for the graph, and just you can let them freely decide what kind of graph they want to make, a bar graph, a circle graph.
And Lindsay brought up an interesting point, actually, that we could have had you also do a bar graph with the estimation and compared how your estimation
We did that.
ahead
Oh,
of us.
so good.
So, yeah.
Some of the assessments that happened during this activity, they were informal when you're walking around the room if you were to do this activity with your class.
And for formal assessment, always just asking the students questions when the activity is complete to see how they understood and interpreted what we did. And the students will demonstrate their understanding and interpretation by composing the graph as you guys did and showing how you transferred your data into an organized fashion.
Well, you could ask them questions, you could ask students or ask them to hold up their graph and explain what is actually on the graph to you to show that they understand. Or if you do a different type of graph and just let them create their own, you can have them explain to you why they created that particular graph, what made them think about that graph. And a homework assignment we thought we could give our students to go along with this is giving a tally sheet like this for apples, bananas, and oranges, and they go around to everybody in their house and ask them what they like better, apples, bananas, and oranges, and put tally marks in each column, and then create their own graph at home to see and make sure they understood.
And activities not using technology as a class, you can create a graph with your students using situations that they would need statistics for in everyday life, like, you know, the probability of weather or sports, stuff that they would find relevant to their own lives.
These are some activities you can use that involve technology.
Yes.
Oh, click both lemons. I don't know. Well, this is one of them. It's about, did you notice, it asks different questions about the graphs. Do you notice that July has 2 balls and then only 1/4 of another ball? How many games does 1/4 of a ball stand for? And you have to look at the graph to show that 1 ball equals 4 games.
And then figure out how many games does 1/4 of a ball stand for. What do you guys think? Who
Sarah,
thinks?
Kara? Kara, you were raising your hand.
One game? Oh, that's right.
Yep, yes, 1/4 of the ball stands for 1 game.
Good job.
And then you can click on the arrow,
And it keeps going.
and it keeps going.
Like that, so. Should we close out of this so the PowerPoint will come back up?
Yeah. No, that's our fun one. I'll just go to the website.
Maybe right click and try to open.
And copy and paste it to.
Oh, here it is.
Oh.
This explains to you what, when you're teaching them about different types of graphs, you can use this website, and it talks about all the different kinds of graphs and shows you pictures. And it says a circle graph shaped like it, and if you click on it, it shows you an example of a circle graph. And this is the favorite website I found for
Yeah.
using statistics, is you can create and take a poll in your class actually using the smart board. So we could do it for transportation, pets, TV, or food. So we could try this one. So what transportation did you use to get to school today, Ashley?
A car.
How many people use cars? So click 6 times. So you click 6 times. How many people took a bus?
No.
No one?
Bike?
Bicycle?
Lauren.
Walked?
4.
How many took other forms of transportation?
Who took a plane?
So what you see that the total is 11, and you could slide them over,
That's so cool.
and it shows you what else. Now you could have the students create a pie graph and a bar graph before you go over it, and then you could click on pie graph, and it shows you bar graph, and it shows you tally, and it shows you a tally of it.
That's pretty sweet.
And then you could go back to your table, clear it all, and you could also hit random fill, and it'll randomly fill in for you, and you could do the same thing.
And you can also do it for
And you could do it for pets,
Did you make your own?
I was just about to ask
TV,
TV.
and food. TV? You can try TV.
Can you
Random
make your
fill.
own?
And you can do random fill.
And then
Yeah,
it'll
can you
come
create
up
your own
bar.
questions?
Not that I noticed on the website. But this is my favorite website to use, and it was good for statistics. Yes. Now we have a question for you. Now that you've learned and enhanced your knowledge a little bit more about how to teach statistics to second graders, let's go back to the question we asked you in the beginning about your favorite types of movies, comedy, horror, or fiction. How would you have your students represent the information and implement the data in terms of statistics?
In a second grade class.
Well, I was thinking maybe if you show them a pie chart and you show them a bar graph and you introduce them to, if you practice that with them and with different things first, then do this, and then maybe they can choose how they want to show it, and then kind of like give them the choice and